not even knowing what to do or say. And the phone goes both ways. The kids can always call me.
The TLC production crew was just getting started as the sun was sinking over Flagstaff. For weeks, there had been rumors going around, cryptic clues posted on Reddit, leaked video discussed in fan communities, but now it was official. New wives were being auditioned by Kody Brown. On film, the air hummed with an odd intensity, and the lights were brilliant inside a modest warehouse-turned-studio. 5 cameras were positioned around a plush, velvet chair where Kody sat with a nervous smile, fingers twitching while producers prepared him. The walls were adorned with velvet drapes and artificial plants, creating the illusion of a spiritual courtship lounge. One of them murmured, "Kody, this might be your new beginning." However, the atmosphere behind the scenes was heated. Robyn was unaware that filming had already started. She had also come up with the idea. Hey, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. The broken mirror of Robyn. In an attempt to get Kody back in front of the cameras and win sympathy for their precarious financial situation, Robyn had earlier proposed the idea of a spiritual compatibility segment as a joke. However, it spiraled. With it, TLC ran. They established a branding team, opened submissions, and casting directors. Abruptly, Robyn found herself seeing her life from the outside. Robyn sobbed violently inside her parked SUV, just 1 block from the studio. Her palms trembled as she witnessed a disgruntled crew member leak film to her phone. She let out a scream. "Like cattle, they're lining them up. I wasn't even warned by Kody." Her face twisted in pain. She applied mascara on her cheeks. She screamed to no one, cracked a fingernail, and hit the steering wheel. "Now I've given him everything. I'm disposable." Presenting the contestants, the ridiculousness intensified within the audition room. Citing spiritual dreams of plural motherhood, the first woman showed up wearing a modest outfit. The second stated that she thought their chakras were in alignment after seeing Kody in a meditative vision. The third was an influencer on social media who wanted to co-parent for content. Kody nodded attentively and sipped from a thermos, grinning through it all. So, would you be comfortable living off the grid? Are you in favor of family unity? Do you think headship is important? However, contestant number 7 took them all by surprise. An elegant woman with cold eyes and a cool voice, dressed in denim and a black blazer. She declared, "I'm not here for Kody. I'm here to destroy the illusion." She produced printed emails that showed contact between Robyn and the network, demonstrating that Robyn came up with the original idea. However, Robyn never thought it would get public. I never thought it would backfire. The meltdown of Robyn. Captured on camera, Robyn was pacing barefoot on the hardwood floors of her home. She lost it as the camera crew, who were assigned to confessionals, was still waiting. She yelled, "I made this show. When they all abandoned Kody, I came to his aid." A family photo was hurled onto the floor by her. The frame broke apart. "This was our redemption arc," she yelled again, clutching her chest as her breathing became uneven. Her youngest child, eyes wide and bewildered, peered through a cracked door behind her. Later, the uncut video was leaked. Editors argued on whether to broadcast it. In the end, TLC was unable to resist. It was too genuine, the meltdown. A subtle, unanticipated, but explosive
Janelle
leak
and Meri's
was the
reaction.
first step.
Meri
The video was
frowned deeply
not
as she watched
intended
the
for
stolen
public
audition video
consumption.
from her
Raw
Airbnb in
and
Utah.
unedited, it
During
had
a
been
live stream,
buried
she mumbled,
deep in the
"You're
TLC
kidding me.
archives.
What is he?"
It was posted
Wives being
anonymously
cast
to
as
a
if they were
secret reality
American
TV
Idol?
crew forum
The
by
remarks
a
from her audience
disappointed
exploded.
and irate
Janelle laughed dryly as she
post-production
watched
team
from her
member.
RV.
However,
Well,
it
at least
wasn't kept
Robyn
secret for
understands
long.
how it feels
It
now,
spread
she
to
said to her
fan
buddy over the
subreddits in a
speakerphone.
matter of
Kody is
hours
just loyal
before
till
going
the next
viral on
catastrophe
social media.
occurs. Neither
Formerly
woman was
known
taken
as
aback.
Christine Brown,
However, both
Christine
were
Woolley
proven right.
was lounging with her
The female
husband
who
David at
disrupted
home
the
in
audits,
Utah. For
contestant
once,
number 7,
life was
the
tranquil.
unidentified woman
The children
came
were
back
out,
for another
and the house
interview.
was silent.
Kody gave her
A
a
vibrating
warm
stream
welcome.
of missed
"You're
calls and
brave.
texts
That's nice.
broke that calm.
You challenged
Christine,
Robyn.
you
could
must
really
watch
make a
this.
difference."
That
She
altercation
did
in
not,
Flagstaff,
however,
the
smile.
real version
Leaning
was just
forward, she
released.
murmured,
Cody
"In
and Robyn
reality,
were
I
made
produce
public. You
documentaries on a
weren't
freelance
insane.
basis. And
When
additionally,
Christine clicked
I
the
just
link,
recorded
her
every
hands
audition
shook.
under a
She
separate
felt
contract."
sick to her stomach.
Cody's
This
expression went
particular
cold.
clip from the
Across
notorious
the table, she
Flagstaff
slipped
blow
a
up
legal
had
document.
never been
A
shown.
release was signed by
Hey,
me.
hello
This
everybody.
video is
Welcome back to
also
my channel,
mine.
TLC
And you know
Flicks.
what?
Make
I'm
sure
not
to give this
producing a
video a
reality
thumbs
program.
up.
I'm doing an
The hidden
expose
scene.
for a documentary
Robyn's
about
request
you regarding
shortly
all
after
of this.
Christine had hurried out
Cody
of Robyn's
opened his
kitchen.
mouth, but
The
nothing
clip
came out.
started. Cody
The
paced.
fallout.
He appeared worn out
Social
but
media
angry,
exploded
evidently
that evening.
aware that they
While
were
Robyn
catching
is having a
something they weren't
breakdown,
supposed
Cody
to.
is
The
auditioning
team
wives
kept
on
rolling.
national television.
Robyn narrowed
This
her
is
eyes and
crazy.
crossed her arms as she
Justice for
leaned on the
Janelle and
counter.
Meri.
She
Robyn
growled.
is at last
She will
revealed.
never
The
respect
seventh
our
contestant
marriage.
is a
You
legend.
can either tell
Who
her
is
to
she?
leave or get her
The
to
news
line
was
up.
taken up by TMZ.
Cody seems
Page 6 did the
unsurprised.
same.
He simply
The
gave a
headline,
slow
"A
nod.
Contestant's Revelation of
She's
Covert
envious,
Documentary
he
Plans
whispered,
Causes Kody
of what
Brown's
we
Reality Wife
possess.
Audits to Backfire."
Robyn's tone hardened
TLC
while her
management
voice
convened
lowered.
a crisis meeting within
I'm
48
over
hours.
my silence.
Robyn's
I am your
seclusion and
spouse,
Cody's
the
silence.
authentic one.
Cody
I must
pulled
be
back.
safeguarded.
He had
The
nothing to say
presence
for
of
once.
Christine is
Lawyers,
poisonous.
producers,
She is
and PR
destroying
teams called
our
him
story.
nonstop, but
Unaware
he
that
ignored them
hot
all.
mic was still in use,
Robyn, meanwhile,
she turned.
ceased answering her door.
We cannot
She was
continue
seen
to
wandering the
broadcast her
front yard in her
tantrums.
pajamas,
I appear to
holding
be
a
the villain
champagne
as a
glass.
result.
According to
Begin
neighbors,
assigning
her
blame
children were placed
right
with family.
now.
She shared a mysterious
Cody
anecdote
let out
on
a long
Instagram.
sigh.
"I never
All
wanted
right.
notoriety.
The harm
All I
was
wanted
done.
was family.
Yet the scene ended
Take
there.
wary what
The
you
public
construct.
clapback of
It
Christine.
might fall
For
apart
a
on you."
full day, Christine didn't say
TLC's
anything.
next
She
action.
required time.
The network
Time to
considered
think.
a complete
To take a
cancellation.
breath. To
Numbers,
stop
however,
being
are
angry.
truthful. Since
But
the
she
video
didn't
was
hold
leaked,
back
the
once she
number
was
of viewers
prepared.
has tripled.
She shared a
They
composed,
released a teaser.
straightforward video with
This
her
fall, a
1.1
new
million
chapter
followers the
emerges from
following
the
morning.
ashes of treachery.
I remained
But is it
silent
an
out of
illusion or
deference.
is it real?
For my children,
Sister Wives.
for the performance,
Following
for a
the
family I
dissolution,
once
the
thought was
documentary
real.
series was also approved.
However, after
Robyn
watching
declined to
that
approve
video,
additional
there is
filming.
no more room
Cody
for
made an attempt
silence.
to renegotiate.
After trembling
The
briefly, her voice
unidentified woman.
steadied.
A trailer for her
You
documentary
instructed
was
Cody
issued.
to shift
You
the
thought it
blame,
had to do
Robyn.
with family.
You
Power
insisted
was
that
at
I
the
be
center
taken
of
out.
all ways.
Then you pretended to
Robyn
be a
alone,
victim while
in the
sitting on
final
camera.
scene days after the fallout,
And you
a
agreed
final
to it,
tape
Cody.
purportedly
For
taken by a crew
years,
member
you
who was
deceived me
hidden
by
was
telling me
leaked.
I was having
Cradling a
hallucinations.
framed picture of herself
However,
and Cody,
the truth is
Robyn
now
perched on
visible
the
to
side of her bed.
everyone.
She spoke
She
in a
smiled
broken,
quietly.
quiet voice.
I have
"I
no
gave him
regrets
everything.
about
My
leaving.
children, my
I'm
loyalty,
sorry I stayed
everything.
for so
Right
long."
now, I'm just the last wife
Robyn's
left." And he
intense
continued
response.
to search.
Robyn was losing her mind.
America was
She
stunned once
demanded
again.
the leak be
6
fixed
weeks
over the
after
phone with the
notorious
producers.
Fake Wife
She
editions
screamed that her
premiered,
private
this
image had
time
been
with a
violated
somber,
and sought
unapologetic
lawyers.
documentary called
However,
The Prophet's
TLC was
Illusion.
too silent.
Inside the
She
collapse of
didn't
the
know
Brown
what the
family.
higher-ups
The film
knew.
was made by the
The
same
leak had
unidentified
sharply
woman from the
shifted public
auditions,
opinion
Ilana
against
Morse,
her,
an
and
independent
ratings
journalist
were
and
rising.
former fundamentalist
Robyn went
who
live
had
on Instagram
infiltrated
out
Cody's
of
casting
desperation.
process. It was
Faceless,
released on a
sad,
major
she
streaming
shook
site.
her voice.
The first scenes
That
were
video
violent.
was
A broad
contorted.
view of Robyn's
It was a
complete
challenging
collapse.
day. I
Behind
didn't
the scenes
mean to
videos showing
say
the
those
Brown
things in
family
that
being
way.
made fun of by producers
Fans didn't buy
and
it.
censored
The
confessional
remark
recordings
section
of
was
Cody
harsh.
complaining about his
101
own wives and children
gaslighting.
betraying him.
What you said was
The
very
most
clear.
startling part,
Christine
a
needs an
montage
apology,
shows
not
Robyn
just an
whispering,
explanation.
"Say it's about
After
unity,"
seeing a
as she
comment that
coaches
only
Cody
stated,
before it to
Robyn
interviews.
abruptly
"Say you
terminated the
have
live
equal
stream
love for
halfway
each of your
through.
children."
You are not the
After
true
the camera
spouse.
stops
You are
filming,
the
we
last
see Cody
one.
yelling at a
Meri and
producer.
Janelle weigh
"This is
in.
not what I ever
The
wanted.
first to
I
speak up
wanted
was
to
Janelle
regain
Brown.
control."
She wrote the following
A
lengthy
slow
message
pan
on her
across the
story.
now empty
I
cul-de-sac
stood by
marked the end
Christine
of
when
the
she went,
documentary.
both
The
in
4 houses
private
where the
and in
wives had
public.
lived were all
But
dark
after watching
and
that
cold.
video, I was
The honest
unaware of the
interview with
extent
Robyn.
of the treachery.
Robyn spoke
All
up
of us
2
were
days
tricked
after the
into thinking
documentary
we were a
went
part
live.
of something
She
holy,
appeared on a
but it
primetime program
wasn't
hosted by a
sacrosanct.
well-known network
It was
anchor,
Robyn's
wearing a dark dark green shirt. She had a
Unexpectedly,
calm, pale
Meri
face.
intervened,
It was an
acting
honest
bolder
interview.
than she had ever done so.
Robyn, did you know that
Loyalty
the
meant
wife
sticking
edition
in
project
my
would be used
opinion.
against you?
Silent
Ask
endurance
Code.
is what I considered
Robyn,
strength.
no.
But it
I
is
was trying to
complicity
keep our
to
show
remain
going,
silent in the face
preserve
of
our image.
injustice.
I never
Now I see
imagined
you,
it would
Christine.
become into
I find
this.
you real.
She talked
And
about
I
how Cody had been
apologize for my role
emotionally
in
distant
letting
for
that
years
poison
and shifted
fester.
entirely towards the
Meri
camera,
publicly
not the
sided with
family.
Christine for the
She
first time.
acknowledged that she knew he was
Fans
losing interest
noted
in her, but she
Cody's
stayed
anger
because she
and a
didn't want to be the
fragmented
last to
heritage.
go.
A few
Robyn
days
said she
later,
was
Cody
afraid,
Brown appeared on a
with tears in her
fan-produced
eyes.
podcast in an
I
attempt
think that I
to
would be
restore what
spared
little
if I
reputation he
remained
still
faithful.
had. He
But
defended
devotion to
himself,
Cody is a
hostile,
balancing act.
pointing the
Your
finger at
existence
Christine,
decreases
the
as you
network,
offer
and the
more.
editors.
Supporters
He
were
declared
divided.
that
Some
clip
joined
was
her
out
in
of
tears.
context.
Some
Fights
didn't
occur in all
believe it.
families.
The
The
kids
host
speak up.
remains unflinching.
Then the next wave
But
came.
not all
The adult
husbands
children
watch
of
as
Cody
one wife
spoke up.
plots to
Reaction
banish the
videos were
others.
shared online
Cody
by
lost his
Madison,
temper.
Logan, and
In
Gwendolyn.
any case, Christine
They
wanted
didn't
to go.
mince words.
Nothing changes that footage.
Gwendolyn on TikTok,
Does it
he
not?
substituted
The
camera
host
time for
inquired.
genuine
Or
interaction.
does it merely validate that
He
she left
believed
because
that
she
the
was being
void would be
edged out
filled by getting a
psychologically?
new wife.
Cornered,
He didn't
Cody
understand
halted.
that he was the
He
issue.
cast his gaze downward.
Gabriel shared a
gazed
black
for the
and white
first time
Instagram
in
story
years.
while still in mourning
Tiny.
over his brother Garrison.
Christine's
He
last
did not
remark.
attend his
Christine
own
made
son's
another
funeral,
post 2 weeks
so
later.
he auditioned
Sunlight
strangers.
streamed in through the windows.
That's all I have to say.
Calm, bright,
Robyn's son,
free.
Dayton, who is usually
gotten time
kept
to
to
think,
himself,
And I've come
gave
to
the
a
most
realization.
unexpected response.
I didn't find that clip
He
startling.
tweeted something
It served as
ambiguous yet
validation.
direct.
The truth
Masks
always
aren't
comes
always
to light.
for strangers.
The gaslighting
Some
is now
are for
over.
the people who
Thank you
promised
to
to keep
all
you
of my
safe.
supporters.
Online
If you're a woman in a
speculation
toxic marriage, follow
erupted.
your gut.
There were many who
And
thought
accountability
Robyn
is
had
not
secrets.
equal to cruelty.
Cody was also accused
Cody and
by
Robyn,
others of
justice is
controlling
served.
Robyn's children.
She grinned and finished.
Meri's shocking podcast.
I have found love.
Meri began a
true
podcast
love,
called
a
Undoing the Lie,
collaboration,
in
a
which she
future,
gradually
and I can't have
revealed
that
her
taken
version
away
of
from me
events.
by any
The
clip,
third
lying,
episode
or
went
manipulation.
viral. Robyn
Christine
cried
Woolley
for the cameras,
then turned
Meri
to leave
said.
the last vestige
She wasn't
of her
crying,
past.
though, as
But
she was
fans
secretly
continued
organizing her
watching,
legal marriage to
because
Cody
rumors
behind
were
her back.
starting to spread.
I was
The
forgiving. I
betrayal
went on.
of production.
I see now,
Damage
though, that
control
we were
was in
all
full
duped
swing
by
at
both of
TLC
them.
headquarters.
She
A
asserted that she
firestorm
had
never
financial
seen
documents,
since the early days
voice
of the Sister
recordings,
Wives
and even
Exposed movement
texts
had
that
been sparked
demonstrated
by the
Robyn's
release
use
tape.
of family funds
Executives at
to
the network
fund
were
her
more
Flagstaff
concerned about
estate.
exposure
The audience
than
demanded
ratings,
receipts.
because this was the
Meri
reality.
hinted at an
They knew
upcoming
it.
episode titled
Senior
How the
producers had
Browns Were
examined the
Bled
uncut
Dry,
footage,
the
Robyn's manipulation,
$820,000
Cody's
lie.
cooperation,
Cody
the order to
loses
shift the
it
blame.
finally.
Everything
Cody
had
made
been
an
captured on
appearance in a
camera
live
and
stream
purposefully
exclusive
omitted from
response.
the episodes that
He
were
sat in a
broadcast.
darkened room with a
An unnamed
Bible in the
producer told a
background,
journalist,
looking angry
"We made
and
editorial
exhausted.
decisions to preserve
Cody,
the integrity of the
everyone
family
has
dynamic.
betrayed me.
The
My
reality,
spouses, my
we knew
kids,
that if
even
people
the
saw
crew.
the whole picture,
I assumed
they
this
would
had to
not
do with
support
faith
Robyn.
regarding
This
reconstruction.
admission of
However,
editorial
they made
collusion
it into
came
a
as
witch
a
hunt
huge shock.
instead. He
Mikhail
claimed
T.
to have
and
been
Gwendolyn's public
spiritually
reaction.
ambushed,
There had
blindsided by
always been
betrayal,
disagreement
and
among Christine's
hunted
kids
by
about how
cancel
much to
culture.
say in public.
However,
But
he
everything
became
changed
irate
after
when
the
asked
leak.
explicitly if he
Known long for her
regretted the
scarring
wife
remarks
auditions.
and unvarnished
No.
candor,
That's how the
Gwendolyn Brown
brand can be
uploaded a
saved.
fiery
I was
9-minute
told.
video to her YouTube page
Do you believe
with
that
the
any
title,
of them
"They
attempted
Let
to
My
save
Mom
it?
Be Humiliated," and
After
we all
smashing his
knew
coffee
why.
mug down and yelling
teeth
something
were
about
clenched.
everyone
She
cashing
said,
in on my
"I used
collapse,
to yell at the TV
he
when we
quickly
watched the shows
halted the
together.
live stream.
I knew what Robyn was doing.
Sister
She would
Wives is
smile on camera
officially
and then tell Cody
canceled
off
by
screen
TLC.
that my mom was
TLC
unstable
revealed
or
the following
jealous.
3 days later.
What about the producers?
Sister Wives will not be
fueled that
returning for a
story.
new season
They
after
made it
18
possible.
seasons
Do you think
and
Robyn
a great deal of public
accidentally came
interest.
across as the victim?
Despite mentioning
Tears sparkled in
complications
her
surrounding
eyes.
the safety and
My
privacy
mom
of cast
deserved
members,
better.
they
And
expressed
so did we.
gratitude to the family,
The
the
always
crew,
tactful
and
daughter,
the
Mikhail
fans.
T.
There was
shocked
a lot
everyone
of
with her
speculation.
unfiltered Instagram story.
Robyn was
It
accused of
wasn't
threatening
even
to
as bad
sue.
as the scene that leaked.
Meri insisted
You
on
should have
having
seen
complete
Robyn's remarks
editing
about
control
Shuli.
before
They
she
used
would shoot.
loyalty as a weapon
According
to
to
manipulate
reports,
my mother.
Cody was requesting
But she
upfront
managed to
cash.
escape.
The
And
program
suddenly,
had ended.
what we've known
The
for
drama,
years
however,
is visible
wasn't.
to the world.
What happens next?
The insider whistleblower
By
for
signing a
TLC.
book deal,
The
Janelle
last straw was
agreed to
delivered by
write
a former
Leaving
editor
the
who
Dust,
broke her
My
NDA
Life
in a
After
shocking
Cody.
Substack piece
The top
titled,
10 Spotify
"This is what
charts
you
were
were never
occupied by
intended to
Meri's
see."
podcast.
The legacy of
Robyn
Christine
reportedly
begins.
sold the Flagstaff mansion
New family
at a loss
photos were now
and withdrew
displayed
to
on the
Utah.
wall of Christine's living
Cody
room.
disappeared
Real
from view.
photos,
There were
not
rumors
posed
that he
with
had
matching
enrolled in a
attire.
private retreat
Moments
center
with without
for
filters.
fundamentalists,
Laughter,
and the
children's
one who
faces
revealed it.
covered in dirt,
Everything.
David's beard being
Elena
pulled
Morse.
by grandkids,
She agreed
and
to
a wooden
multi-million
sign
dollar
over them all.
contract for a
The family you
documentary
create is more
Children of
resilient
the
than the one
Covenant,
you flee.
The rise and ruin
Christine
of
stared
reality
directly at the
polygamy
camera
behind
during a
closed
confessional
doors.
that was recorded for the
lawsuit.
season finale.
A legal storm
For
was
years,
building in a
I believed
quiet
that in
Salt Lake
order to
City
fit into
courtroom
someone
that was
else's
closed
mold,
to the
I
public
had to
and the
diminish
media.
myself.
Previously
Now, though,
viewed as
I've
supporting
finished
actors
drinking.
in Cody's polygamous
This new
circus,
chapter,
Meri
this
and
family,
Janelle Brown
this
were
house,
now in
it's
control.
everything I've
In
ever
addition
desired.
to TLC, Kody Brown,
August 1st,
Robyn Brown,
that was the
and
night that
two former
everything
executive
changed for the
producers
actors and
were
a few
named as
chosen
co-defendants
network
in their
insiders,
case.
media
Claim
personalities,
filed.
and devoted
Financial
viewers.
manipulation,
TLC threw a
emotional
special viewing party in
exploitation,
Salt Lake City.
and deliberate
It took place in a
misrepresentation
stunning
through
garden
dishonest
setting with a view of
contractual
the Wasatch
practices.
Mountains.
The
The
lawyers
mood
from
was
Meri
created
and Janelle
by
had
soft
compiled more than
acoustic music,
3,000 pages
locally
of records,
produced cuisine,
emails
and twinkling
demonstrating that
lights.
behind the backs
But
of the other
nothing
wives,
could have
Robyn
prepared
and Cody arranged
anyone
a
for what
separate
would air that
executive
evening.
contract.
With a
Robyn's
serene,
role as the
strong
creative
smile
voice
and a
for the
navy blue
future of
dress,
Sister Wives
Christine
was
and David
confirmed in
entered the
texts
event
exchanged
hand
with
in hand.
producers.
Janelle and her
Checks
daughter
made out from
Savannah
the
came
family's
next.
LLC account,
With
which Robyn
unrepentant
signed, to
delight,
cover the costs
Gwendolyn
of
and her
private
fiancé
security,
came in a suit.
upscale furnishings,
Cameras,
and legal
laughing,
advice
and
for David's
admiration
adult guardianship
encircled
trust.
McKelty and her
The
babies.
ledger allocation
The audience
profit for
cheered
2020 to
enthusiastically as the
2023
premiere of
was
the
the thing that
reclaimed
shocked
Sister Wives
investigators
appeared
the
on the
most.
enormous screen.
Despite Meri and
The
Janelle's
touching
equal
first
contractual
episode,
billing,
the first scenario,
Robyn and Cody
was
had received
straightforward.
more than 60%
Christine in her kitchen,
of all
quietly
TLC
drinking
payments.
coffee while the sun shone.
Cody was served.
Then she
In an
spoke.
attempt to blend in,
I had to
Cody was
leave in
issued
order to
papers
discover
as he
who I
entered
was.
the Flagstaff gym.
The story
When a
doesn't
reporter
finish
attempted
here.
to take a picture
The
of him,
reality is
he
just
ripped
getting
open
started.
the envelope and threw
The
it at
episode
him.
featured Janelle
This is a
having an
setup.
honest talk about her
When the checks
independence
cleared,
and loss.
they were all right.
Christine
He
visiting
said
her
Meri
daughters,
and Janelle
and
had
the
been
first
poisoned
ever
by
video of
bitterness
David
and
sitting down
referred
with
to the
Truly
lawsuit as
and
a
softly
vendetta.
saying,
In
"You've
private,
experienced
however,
a lot.
he was in a
I'm not
panic.
here to take your
They
father's
were
place.
selling his house.
I'm here to
His
demonstrate
property
what love
taxes
looks
were
like
2 months
to you."
past due.
There was
Robyn had
silence
gone
in
to
the
the
room.
guest room to sleep.
Tears were being wiped away by
His
many.
attorneys have now warned that he
Overwhelmed,
may be
even
subject to
seasoned
both
producers
civil
turned
penalties
away.
and a
The entire
possible criminal
audience gave a
investigation
standing
if
ovation
he is
by the
found
time the
guilty
credits
of
rolled.
misusing LLC
Normally
funds.
calm, Christine
The One
blinked
Last
quickly as
Conversation
tears
reunion
came.
special.
This
TLC
fulfilled
was unable to
every
broadcast
wish
a
I
final
had.
season.
We told
However, they
more
made the
than just our
unexpected
tale.
announcement of a
As we
one-night
told
only
it,
and censored
we
reunion
recovered.
special that was
TikTok
produced
videos showed
independently
viewers of the
and
premiere
hosted by a
responding in
journalist
real
from
time,
outside
with
the
some
Brown family.
sobbing and others
The episode
applauding.
was fiery,
The most
harsh,
reposted
and
video
unvarnished.
of the week
Every
was a
adult who
montage
was
showing
still
Christine
alive
entering
was
her new
invited.
house, dancing
Robyn
with her
was the
grandchildren
only
in the
one.
living room,
Drew
and
up at the
laughing with
last minute,
Janelle.
looking pale,
One tweet
trembling,
that went
and
viral said,
stone-faced.
"We saw
Only a
Christine
few
get
feet separated
ignored
them
for
as they sat in a
17
broad
seasons.
semicircle.
We witnessed her
Meri,
honored
you
tonight."
claimed to be the
What
glue,
a complete
but the
circle.
entire time you were the scissors.
The live dissection
Janelle,
of Meri
icily
Brown.
you claimed protection
Meri stayed at
while
her
taking from
B&B
the
in
pot.
Utah and
We
watched
believed
the
you.
premiere by
We
herself.
stood up for
The
you.
viewing party had not
Cody,
extended an
with
invitation to her.
rage.
Her
You two were
participation
always
in the
angry with her.
relaunch had
The only
not been
person who stayed
requested.
put was her.
However,
Janelle,
admirers were
we didn't
constantly
leave.
texting her to
You
ask
pushed
her
us.
what she thought, making her
Subsequently,
phone
the
buzz.
presenter revealed
She went
the
live on
original producer
Instagram,
memo,
something she
which was a
hardly
leaked
ever did
document
anymore.
detailing the Robyn
Her voice
rebrand
was
plan
scratchy as she
and was
said,
dated prior to
"I just
Christine's
watched the
departure from the
episode.
family. The
Christine, you
strategy
look so
comprised
joyful,
deleting
Janelle, and I'm
Meri
happy
from
about
key
it."
episodes,
Really?
putting Robyn's kids
Then
at
the
the
tears
center
started
of
to
every
flow.
family story,
For a long
altering
time,
Cody's
I believed
arguments
that
so Robyn
devotion
seems like the
entailed
emotional
keeping
anchor.
quiet. That
Robyn's face
if
was
I simply
buried in her
remained,
hands.
someone would
She remained
ultimately
silent
pick me
for
one
the
day.
first time.
But I only
The
ever
live
received the
broadcast of
leftovers.
Robyn's collapse.
She hesitated.
Robyn stood.
Her voice broke.
As the cameras rolled,
I lingered
she
too
trembled.
long. I
She
forgot
swore.
who I was.
Robyn,
That is
I
not
didn't
someone
ask
else's
for
fault.
this, she whispered.
But when I watched
All I
Christine
wanted was
laugh
to
and
feel
dance
secure.
today, I
believed
realized
that my
that's what
children
I
would be
also
protected if I
desire.
had a say in how the show
Fans
went.
were
I
astonished
touched by the announcement. Meri formally declared it the following morning.
She turned to face
Her
Cody.
publicist released
But
the following
you told
press
me
release.
to do that. You said
Meri
it was
Brown will be
either
moving
them or
full-time
us.
to her Utah
Cody
company
looked at her
and permanently
and said
leaving the
nothing.
Flagstaff
No
property.
deny.
She has decided
No
to follow her
defense.
own path
She stepped
separate
back from the
from the
platform.
heritage of the Brown
Now
family.
they all hate me.
But
There's
that
nothing
wasn't
left
all.
for me. As
TLC
she broke
announced that
down
they
in
had
tears,
approved the
security
following short
assisted her in
spin-off
getting off set.
docuseries,
Within
Becoming
minutes,
Meri,
that video went
a path to
viral.
self-worth,
The aftermath,
rediscovery, and
with rumors
reclaiming
of
during
a
a spiritual
multi-million-dollar
exile.
settlement and the official
Robyn
closure
and
of the
Cody
Brown family
observed the
corporate
world
entity,
changing.
Meri and
Cody
Janelle's
didn't make an
lawsuit was
announcement.
quietly
Robyn
resolved.
didn't log on.
The sale of Robyn's
Insiders
Flagstaff
in
mansion
Flagstaff said
was
that
well
Cody was
below market
upset,
value.
not at
Under a
TLC,
false
but at
identity,
Meri.
Cody was
According
seen
to the
attending nearby
insider,
spiritual
he believed
retreats
Meri would
after
always remain
relocating to a
faithful.
modest property in
After
Moab,
witnessing her
Utah.
go public,
Now
did she
contentedly
take a
remarried
spin-off
and removed
offer?
from the turmoil,
He was broken
Christine
by that.
declined to say.
Meri never
The
picked
social
up when
media
he
profiles of
allegedly
the Brown
called her
family
several
vanished.
times.
The
Meanwhile,
documentary
Robyn
filmmaker
had
who
turned
made it all
inward.
public, Elena Morris,
Once often
published
spotted in
a
public,
final
her
2-hour
kids were
program
kept
called
indoors.
The Breakdown
She
of
didn't
a
post
Covenant,
anything on
Utah
social media.
Mountainside.
Her jewelry
With
business
Meri
had
and Janelle
also
sitting
quietly
next to each
closed.
other on a bench
No one
with
was
a view of
coming
the
to
Wasatch
lament the loss
Mountains.
of their kingdom.
In the final scene
Last
of the
remarks from
independent
Christine at the
documentary,
after show.
they are silent for a long
Christine
time.
took questions from
They
a
drink
live
coffee.
studio audience of
The
fans.
silence is then
At the
broken
premiere
by
night
Meri.
after show, one
For
fan
years,
sprang
he
to
was
his feet,
everything to
trembling.
us. But we were
Christine,
never his,
how did you manage
said
to
Janelle.
endure being ignored
They
for
make a
so
clinking
long?
sound.
Christine
Turn
gave a quiet
left.
smile. Because
I,
I
in
felt in
addition
my
to
heart
revealing
that
Kody
something
Brown's
better
strained
was on the
relationships with
horizon.
his ex-wives,
I
Sister
didn't know
Wives
how it would
season
look or when
19
it would happen,
essentially
but I knew I
shattered
was
the basis
deserving of
around which the
happiness,
program was based.
of peace,
The
of
tell-all
true
compelled
love.
the patriarch of the
She
Brown
looked across
family
to David
to
in the
face his
crowd,
prejudiced
and I was
actions
right.
after years of
The
denial
audience
and evasion of
erupted in
responsibility.
cheers.
The ex-sister
Let
wife
us know in your
finally
comments and
discusses
stay
one of the
tuned by
most
subscribing our
contentious
channel to
scenes
get
from
more
Sister
updates
Wives
like
Season
this.
1.
Thanks,
In her
everyone.
next book,
I edited the
Lily read
Sister
a piece
Wives
from her
Lies.
upcoming book,
She
Sister
explained in
Wife,
the piece
a
how
memoir of
TLC
faith,
officials
family,
instructed
and finding
producers to
freedom,
soften
in a
Robyn's
recent
image
Instagram
as her
reel.
business
In
endorsements
Sister
started
Wives
to
Season
suffer
1,
due to
Episode
unfavorable
4,
fan
Wooly
comments.
gave birth to Truly
We were
Brown,
instructed
and
to
Cody
keep
was
Robyn
unable
safe.
to be seen.
Those
This
words,
incident
literally,
was mentioned
keep
in the
Robyn
clip.
safe.
Wooly
Make
claims
Christine
that Cody
feel
hurried home
something.
to be with
Make
Robyn
Cody
Brown,
appear
rather than
perplexed
being
without
at the
being
hospital
mean.
with her. Since
We
Cody
created
and
a
Robyn
false
were still
world.
engaged, the
She
patriarch of
continued
the
by
Brown
describing
family's
hours
decision
of
to put his
unutilized
fiancée
footage, which
before
included
the birth
several
of his daughter
situations
made
in
the
which
previous
Robyn
sister
seemed to
wife feel
plan behind
marginalized.
closed doors
I don't
and
know.
occasionally
He had
even
to
threatened
check
to
on the
remove
kids.
her
The
children
reality
from the
celebrity
camera
in the
if she
video
didn't get her
asked,
way.
"How does she feel about my
Christine had
labor?"
genuine
and then
breakdowns.
smiled
Her
sharply at the
suffering
camera.
was genuine,
The fact
and we
that
made
Wooly
it
had
into a
suffered
form
a
of
miscarriage a
amusement.
year before
Cody
the
and
birth
Robyn
of Truly
withdraw into
only made
quiet.
matters worse.
Robyn and
In
Cody
addition,
fell silent
Christine's
for the
blood
first
pressure was
time in 10
decreasing.
years.
Her water had
Not a
just
single
burst,
live
and Truly
stream.
was lying
Nothing
high.
to say.
She had to
No
call Cody
interviews.
herself in
Robyn
the midst
removed
of
the
everything
remarks.
to
The
request
cameo
that he
page for
return
Cody
to the hospital.
vanished. They
Cody,
avoided
meanwhile,
making
was
eye
back at
contact
home
as
and
paparazzi
showed no
watched them
signs of
drive away
urgency
from
or care
Flagstaff
for his
in a
wife,
black
who was
SUV.
going through a difficult
Supporters
time.
conjectured that
Cody
they were
didn't even
withdrawing
appear
to a
care
lawyer's
that he
office
might have
or maybe
missed the
making
birth of
plans
his
to move
child,
again.
which says a lot about his
Insiders said the
priorities.
network was
The
done
question of
shielding
whether
them,
Cody's
despite
detour
rumors
was
that Cody was
necessary,
lobbying
or if he was
TLC to
merely
provide a
using the
redemption arc.
pretext of grabbing
They
his
are
bag to go
poisonous
spend
now.
time with Robyn,
Too poisonous
has
to
been up for debate
repackage.
among show
One
viewers
producer
for
declared,
years.
the fairy
One of
tale
his
is
family
no
members
longer
could have
convincing to
easily
the
transported his
audience.
belongings to the hospital,
Christine's
as the rest
silent
of them were
triumph.
already going there.
Christine
which
didn't
only
take
makes
pride.
the whole issue
She
more
didn't
dubious.
RT the
In
popular
another scene from the
hashtags
show,
or add
Cody
a
and
told
Robyn
you
are
so.
seen kissing
She only
while
posted a
attempting to
picture of
conceal it
herself
from the
and
cameras.
David hiking
Given that
close
Cody
to
and
Zion
Robyn
National Park.
insisted for the
No
majority
makeup,
of Sister
no
Wives Season
captions,
19
just
that their
tranquility.
relationship was humble,
Fans, however,
pure, and
understood
allowed
what
by
it
the
meant.
church,
She had
this comes out
prevailed,
as
not by
incredibly hypocritical.
retaliation,
But
but
at this
through
point,
truth,
their
freedom,
painstakingly
and the
crafted
unwavering
story
force of
completely unravels.
genuineness.
The fact
last
that Robyn
illusion
and Cody
vanished
made no
as her
serious
daughter stood
effort
by
to
her
avoid the
side
cameras
and the
only
entire
makes
globe
it more
came together in
surprising.
support of her.
Cody even joked about
The victim
kissing his
was never
girlfriend while
Robyn.
his wife was
The
in
issue was
labor,
never
and Robyn's
Christine.
attempt to close the
And
door
furthermore,
almost seemed more
Cody Brown was
theatrical than
merely
genuine.
the focal
Wooly
point of
must
a
have been
failing
devastated
empire.
to see all of this
He was
come back back.
never the
In addition
patriarch.
to having to handle a dangerous
There was
labor
tension in the
alone,
boardroom
she
at
would have had to
TLC's corporate
relive the
headquarters.
incident while her
There was an
ex-husband
increase in
occupied
viewership, but for the
having fun
wrong
with
reasons.
his then fiance.
People weren't watching for
But Cody
spiritual or
continued to treat
sentimental
Willie
moments with their
insensitively
families.
by making her feel
They were seeing an
marginalized when she was
implosion in
actively
slow
giving
time.
birth to Truly.
Furthermore,
Cody talked to
the
the
data
doctor
was
and
honest.
decided it would be a good
Viewers'
idea
approval rating
to
of
ask
Robyn
them
had
for
fallen
guidance
to
on
an
IVF
all-time
from Meri
low.
Brown, rather
Cody's
than being
once fragile
totally
trust
present
factor
and
has
focused on his
completely
wife
vanished.
giving birth.
Even the
In
older
addition to
footage
being
from Christine's
improper and
portions
disrespectful,
were drawing
the
3
exchange
times as much
demonstrates his
engagement
lack
as
of
Cody's.
consideration for Woolie's hardship
LaToya
at the
Granger,
time.
TLC's chief executive made the decision in a direct and private call.
Even the doctor
We
felt
have
awkward
lost
answering
interest
the
in keeping
patriarch of
Robyn
the
and
Brown
Kody
family.
on as employees.
Unsurprisingly,
This program needs
Kody
a
was by
makeover.
Robyn's side
Christine,
all
her
day
girls,
when she
and their
gave birth to
reality
Solomon
is the
Brown a
voice
year
that
later.
the audience has
However,
chosen.
this was only
The
the
new
start
legacy
of Cody's
is that
disregard
Sister
for his
Wives
previous
Reclaimed
spouses.
was the
It
code
is
name for the
evidence
internal
that things
project.
changed for the other members
Robyn
of the
and
family
Kody have been
the
fired
moment Robyn
officially.
joined the Poly family
The call
dynamic.
came to Kody first.
Wooley's decision
He
to
made an
relive
effort to
Truly's
compromise.
birth in her book
He
is
maintained that
understandable,
he was still
since
the
it made her
patriarch
realize
and the
that
main
Kody
character
wasn't
in the
as dedicated
series.
to their marriage
Without
as she
me,
was.
Sister Wives
Season
wouldn't be
19 of the Sister
possible.
Wives
He
reveal
snarled into the
all of them
phone.
turned out to be
The
the
network
last
rep,
straw
however,
for
seemed
Kody Brown
unconvinced.
in his relationships
Kody,
with
you don't
Christine
have
Brown,
Sister
Janelle
Wives
Brown,
already,
and Meri
and it's
Brown,
been a
his
while since you
ex-wives.
did.
The entire
Robyn
special
reportedly
demonstrated
broke
how
down
Kody
in
was
tears
obviously
upon
not
learning the
treating
news.
all of his women
She
fairly,
thought her
but
partnership
rather
with
than take
TLC was
responsibility for it,
unbreakable.
he
As a
continued to
co-creator
find
of the
excuses to
brand,
place
she
the
had
blame
viewed
on
herself
Robyn
as the
Brown,
protector
his
of the
last
family's
wife,
image.
who also avoided
Rather, her
responsibility
contract
by
was
spending
canceled
most of her
immediately
time in
without
front
a
of the
provision
screen.
for renewal.
Cody ultimately
They left
admitted to
quietly.
something in one
No farewell
startlingly
show, no
unvarnished
feature that goes
moment,
behind the
shattering the
scenes,
story he had
only
been
a door
working
that
so hard to
closes.
construct.
Within
Cody was
48
shown a
hours,
number of
Janelle,
videos during
Christine,
his
and the
interview with
daughters
Sister
take
Wives
over.
Tell-All host
The TLC
Sakana
reboot crew
Suki
took a
Krishnan
plane to
that
Utah.
featured open
Christine
displays
gave
of
them a
affection
stern
between
but kind
Christine
greeting.
and her new
This
husband,
must
David
be
Wooley.
real if we are to
Their
proceed.
relationship clearly
Not a
differs
script.
from Christine's
Avoid
feelings
being
during
phony.
her marriage to
My
the patriarch
children
of the Brown
have the
family.
last say in
In her
what
own
airs.
interview with Suki,
And
Christine
additionally,
acknowledged
I
that the
want to
lack of
demonstrate what
intimacy in her
healing
relationship
looks
with
like.
Cody was the
Achieving
reason
thriving
behind their
rather
final
than
divorce.
only surviving.
She clearly doesn't feel that way in
Janelle,
her
who had
new
recently
marriage.
moved to a nearby
Christine and
home,
David were
also
spotted
participated
cuddling,
in the
kissing,
conversations.
laughing, and enjoying
Despite
each
her
other's
dislike
company
of
during
cameras,
Sister Wives season
she agreed
19.
to take part as long
Cody
as
said
her
that he
children's
was
stories
pleased
were
for
honored.
Christine when he was
The
asked how
producers
he
were
felt about her and
ecstatic.
David's PDA.
It was
He
electrifying
was
to watch
pleased
the
by Christine's
spontaneous,
ability to
unfiltered
manifest the type of
interactions
relationship
between
she had
Christine,
always
Janelle,
desired.
and their older
The
children,
TLC star continued.
particularly Gwen,
Cody's remark
Mikhail
initially
T,
strikes me
Savannah,
as
and Pond.
polite and responsible.
The tentative title for
He
the
might
pilot
not have
episode
realized,
was
though, that by
After the
doing
Fire,
this, he was
Rebuilding the
essentially
Real
admitting that
Sisterhood.
he had been ignoring
First
all
day
of
of
his
filming.
wives except for
The
Robyn.
new tone.
Cody
On a
acknowledged
cold
that he
morning
and
in
Christine
Utah,
struggled
filming
to create
got underway.
something genuine.
David
As he
and
thought back
Christine
on their
hosted a brunch at
relationship,
their house.
he refused
Grandchildren,
to admit that
daughters,
his flagrant
laughter, and
disregard
freedom
for
filled the
Christine's
table.
emotional needs
Nobody was
a
overly
major
cautious.
contributing factor
Nobody
in this
censored
struggle.
their speech to
Cody
boost the
described
pride of
more
others.
than 25
While
years
holding
of his
her
marriage
infant
to
daughter,
Christine
Mikhail
as a
T
good
opened up
time
about what it was
experience in
like
the
to grow
same
up in the
sentence.
shadow of Robyn.
Cody has previously
Gwendolyn
attempted to
publicly
come across
made
as
jokes about
informal
being
and
LGBT
unattached
and
when
defying the
discussing his
family's
ex-wives.
previously held
The
beliefs.
act is becoming a touch
After
stale
Janelle
now.
left,
Cody
Savannah,
may
who
have
had
been
been
evading
silent for a while,
responsibility by
finally
implying
talked
that
about
his
her father
marriage to
abandoning
Christine
her.
was superficial.
They cried.
But it also
But they weren't the
demonstrates
silent,
how
repressed
emotionally
old type.
distant he was
These were tears
from
of
his
healing,
ex-wives.
cleaning.
Cody again
What about
denied
Christine?
that his partiality
She was
for Robyn
radiating.
was the reason
She
behind
said to
his
the
family's
camera,
disintegration.
"Now you're seeing the
In
real
contrast,
story.
David and
Our
Christine's
lives will
reaction
no
to the
longer be
videos
censored.
was refreshingly
We start
candid
over here
and
because
further
this is who
exposed
we are."
Cody's hypocrisy.
The most
Christine
influential
simply
change to
acknowledged
date.
that she is now married
Fan
to a partner
reaction.
who provides her
Fans
with the
went
connection
crazy
she has
when
always
Sister Wives
desired,
Reclaim's
without
teaser trailer
assigning
was shown
blame
on
or painting
TLC.
herself as the victim.
Christine, David, and
Wooley,
all the
however,
adult
didn't
children
mince
were
words
shown
and
in the
confronted
90-second
Cody.
videos, smiling,
According to
laughing,
Wooley, Christine
crying,
acknowledged
and
that she
generally
had been
living.
deprived of
No
love in
Cody,
her former
no
marriage.
Robyn. The
Isabel
former
Brown, the
dynamic was not
22-year-old daughter
mentioned.
of Christine
Rather,
and
it
Cody,
concluded with a
also
quote
talked
displayed
about
on a
how
black
her
screen in
ex-husband
bold white
refused
letters.
to offer her the
The
physical
issue was
contact
never
she
us.
had always
The
desired.
future was
now
us.
that Christine is with someone who gets her
Hashtag
better,
Sister Wives
the kids
Reclaimed
don't mind
became
the
a
PDA
global
at
trend in a
all.
matter of
The
hours.
children have stated
Internet was
repeatedly in
inundated
Sister
with
Wives
fan
season
reactions.
19 that
This
they
is
are
the version that
content
we
as
have been
long as Christine
anticipating.
is content in her
Robyn
new
and Cody
marriage.
thought they were the
In light
star.
of all this,
As it
Christine
happens,
appears to
Christine
have
steals the
reconciled
show.
with her past and
Gwen
is
should
eager
have
for
her
the
own
future.
spin-off right
She has
away.
truly come to terms
Cody's
with
silent
the fact that her
disintegration.
previous marriage
Cody
wasn't
has
ideal.
changed completely
Even
since
Meri and
returning to
Janelle appeared to
Flagstaff.
be more concerned
He hardly
with
left the
starting new
house.
lives for
A
themselves
neighbor told a
than
local
with holding
reporter.
on to old
He no
grudges
longer
and
drove
fights.
his sports car,
Cody and
had a
Robyn
beard,
are the
and was
only ones
unkempt.
who haven't done
He was
so.
photographed
They
by
are mired
paparazzi
in the
pacing
past
his
and are
driveway
still
by himself
openly
with his
resentful
hands
of
in
the
his hair.
ex-sister wives for leaving.
Most of the kids didn't answer
Cody
when
is
he
now
tried to
changing
reach
the
them.
story to save
Dayton
his
and
and
Aurora
Robyn's
were the
public
only
image
ones still
after
near.
repeatedly
It was
asserting
reported
in
that
earlier
even the
seasons of
now
the show
older
that
Brianna
he did
had
everything
discreetly
in his
withdrawn
power
herself,
to rescue his
preferring
multiple
academic
marriages.
life to
It is
mayhem.
easier for the reality
Robyn stayed
star to
indoors.
reframe his
She never
relationships with
again
Meri,
showed her face on
Christine, and
camera.
Janelle as
The empire had
insignificant than
vanished,
to face
and
the
there was
fact
no
that he let
TLC
the
crew
women he
coming to
previously
clean it up.
devoted himself to down. Let us know in your comments and stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks, everyone.